What is going on, everyone? Cracking, fam. How are you guys? Aubrey! What's up, girl? Gretchen! What's poppin'? Still working at the Rodecaster Pro. I'm assuming you guys can hear the music. You guys can hear that music? Yes? Nano, Tello K. How are you? Thank you for coming through. Candace, what's up? You're a tech coach. Hey, Kathleen. How are you? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Fantastic. Working through some things with the new Rodecaster Pro. What's poppin', y'all? How is everyone doing? Tech Talk Tuesdays? Is that what we're calling it? Tech Talk Tuesdays? I think that's what we're calling it. Tech Talk Tuesdays. You know,
I feel like I have not messed around with these sound effects enough. And I think that the intro might be the best time.
Mom as well. Thank you so much. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Did you like that?
I can also do the robot. Hey, let's get it. Hey, 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 hey. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Oh, look at who we have.
Let's see. Can you see anything from there? Let me see. Now oh, there you go. Hey guys, what is cracking? Let me come back over here. Let's come over this way. Let's fade down that music. All right. What is cracking, everyone? I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you for coming through. You know, today we're going to be talking about organizing and planning yourselves for your content creation workflow. Obviously, that can be for any type of workflow. And it is, I feel like it was meant to be, because I totally forgot that on last week, or I think on Sunday, I said that today we were going to be talking about the Pavo tubes, the T8 Pavo tubes that I have there in the background. And so when I scheduled my live stream today, I scheduled it planning and organizing with Trello and getting your ideas down. Oh, I got to go back and fix the descriptions. I never did that. Getting your ideas out of your brain and into some sort of organized situation. And this is exactly why. Because I don't have my content organized. I kind of just, ended my 100 days of live streaming challenge. And you guys know, most of you guys know that I do use Post-its. I have a handful of Post-its. I use it for the bank and I use it even as a content creator. So I have them all around my desk. And I'm usually pretty good with transposing those Post-its into some sort of, whether it's on my iPad, in Notability, on reminders, or I was using Trello. And then I kind of got into the thick of things with my masterclass, with promoting it, ending off the 100 days of live streams. And I totally stopped planning. And so now I have a ton of ideas and a ton of things that I want to talk about, whether it's pre-recorded content or on my live streams. And because I have not kind of regrouped in the organizational sense, today was a perfect example of that, where I promised you guys that we were going to talk about it. And we'll spend a little bit of time talking about it, but I definitely, I feel like it's more important to go over my organization planning. And you guys can kind of get a sneak peek. So it's gonna be a little bit of a live working session, because I'm just gonna, at least what I want to do is kind of like a brain dump, because I have a handful of ideas. So I need to put them on my Trello board, get a brain dump, do a card for every single idea. And then at that point, when I'm having my coffee in the morning or when I have some downtime, I can look at it either on my iPad, on my MacBook Pro, or on my computer, and then start to really break down each idea into more specifics, right? With like bullets, with some of the descriptions, keyword research, so on and so forth. So we're going to kind of start that content creation process, because I made a promise to you guys. Like I said, we are going to talk a little bit about the Pavo tubes, but that is not what the entire live stream is going to be today. Hey, Coach Adam, what is cracking? How are you doing today? Rich, what's popping? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Gretchen says, you spent about a half an hour with the Stream Deck Masterclass, staying on track. That is very good. That makes me happy to hear. I am going to send out a reminder to the people who have registered so far, just to remind you guys that if you have, like Gretchen, you do have the 3 one-on-ones with me. You can use them for anything. They don't have to be Stream Deck related. So if you want to pick my brains with eCam, live streaming, content creation, whatever it is, feel free to use those 3 sessions to your heart's content. So we're good with that. And speaking of which, I was in Live Streaming Pros Streamer Accelerator class today. They were gracious enough to give me some speaking time with their community. And I kind of did Stream Deck. Well, not a kind of, I did a Stream Deck mini masterclass similar to like the ones that I did for eCam. I catered it for Live Streaming Pros. And I think that it was a success. I had a handful of people sign up while the class was still going. I've gotten some good feedback from some of the participants already. So that was really exciting to see. And by the way, if you guys aren't following Keith Pelzer and you want to have a good laugh, you might want to check out his Instagram, because Mr. Keith Pelzer took it upon himself to take the live stream from when I crashed his studio and to make a cutesy little compilation of different things. It's actually kind of funny at my expense. It's kind of funny. So if you want to laugh, I would definitely tell you to check out Keith Pelzer's Instagram so you can see the video that he did. Gretchen says, I'll need them. I'm going through the classes first as an overview, then we'll go back to sort out for myself. All right, fantastic. Whatever works for you, as long as you know that I am here when you're ready. Your tech coach says it was an amazing session. Thank you so much. Oh, you are welcome. Thank you for having me, guys. You guys are best. You're greatest. Coach Adam says, I use Apple Notes and Field Notes paper, but curious about Trello. Notion is too complex. So funnily enough, I felt the same way. I kind of started off with Notion because Kat Mulvihill uses Notion. She has her own template. I supported her early last year, bought her template, tried to get into it, and I absolutely could not. I couldn't as much as I wanted to. And I like to consider myself to be quite organized, and I just couldn't grasp it. It was definitely a huge learning curve for me, and I didn't have the energy to learn it. I'm sure if I wanted to, I could have. it wasn't enough for me to like really just buckle down and say, okay, I'm going to take advantage of this. However, Michelle from LBC Branding she uses Trello, and she also has a template, and I had joined in on one of her live streams, and I just liked how she explained it. I liked how her template looked. I liked how Trello looked as a whole. And so I also supported her, purchased her template, and I've been using it ever since. And so I feel like that's what's stuck for me. I tried ClickUp, the same thing. If it takes a lot out of me to learn it, the energy that I need to actually organize myself with it is all done, right? Because all that energy that it took for me, that brain space, because that's a real thing, right? The mental brain space. And it's so funny. So as I'm saying that about brain space, Kathleen says, Trello makes my brain happy. That is a definite thing. And that's exactly what I was trying to say. So trying to learn Notion, trying to organize myself in a way that would work for me, that I would find it useful. The same thing with ClickUp. It wasn't clicking. It wasn't working, and it was too much. And so I left them both alone until I picked up the template from LBC Branding. Gretchen says, I have Michelle's template too. Need to actually use it. Fantastic. Cicely, thank you for coming through. Appreciate you. Oh, Koa left. You know what's so funny, guys? For those of you guys that we were in the Streamer Accelerator class, I had the gate closed. I think most of you guys here have seen my pup. I had the gate closed because I didn't want to be distracted, when I was doing an actual teaching session. And when we finished and we got off the Zoom, that I turned around, Koa was sitting at the stairs so patiently, just watching me. I was like, oh, honey, because she couldn't get in. So she just propped herself on the stairs. But she left. She was here. She'll be down in a few minutes. All right. So let's get into a screen share very quickly. Let me just swap some things. Let's see. Yeah. How's your dog? How are the eye drops? So, Cicely. So her eyes are getting better. It's scarier, and thank you for asking. I would say it's scarier because now that the swelling is going down, now they do have that more bloodshot look to it, where her eyes are just red, bloodshot. That like little puffiness that she had around the eyes, where basically it was it looked like it was like engulfing her eyeball, has gone down. Oh, she's coming behind me. That's gone down completely. So that's good. But let me see if I can get the camera view for you guys so you can see her. There she is. So I keep a little pillow back here, and now she's trying to see. I'm surprised she hasn't jumped on my back. But I was trying to give her the eye drops this morning, and she was so mad, at the eye drops. Or it wasn't me, but she was trying to bite the bottle. Like she was trying to take the bottle, and she wasn't trying to bite me, but she was definitely trying to tear that bottle apart. My brother helped me, but my brother went back home today. And so I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, how I'm going to work that out. But she's at least healing. All right, so let us take a look. I'm going to pull up. Bring this out. There you go. Just so we can kind of maximize the screen real estate there. And so this is a board that I purchased from Michelle over at LBC Branding. I don't have the link on me, but if you reach out to me, and I will update the description afterwards, to post it in there. Let me just move some things around. All right, cool. Perfect. And so with Trello, you can create your own boards. The way she had it planned, I thought was really good. So we have this card here, which is I'm going to get out of it. Oh, let me open up my Pro mouse. There's Pro mouse. And let me look up one more thing. So I'm just trying to see which one would be better, which type of zoom would be better for this circumstance. I always forget the shortcut. I know it's under accessibility. It is Option Command 8. All right, let's see. That might not work. Option Command 8. Yeah, I don't really like that. I know that I'm doing something wrong. What happened here? All right, nope. We're not going to do that. I will just use my trusty Pro mouse over here. So basically, I've already set up 4 weeks worth of cards. You can see I have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And then I broke down, Michelle already had it by days. So days 1 through 31. I'm not necessarily going to do 31 days worth of content. But this card, so this first start here first, those are just kind of, it's like a just template card. There's really nothing here. But then in the brainstorming card, which is this card over here, basically is where you can start to do an initial brain dump, right? So you can see that I have some ideas already. This is dating back kind of, I was trying to be organized when I was doing my 100 days of planning. So you can see this was April 2nd. I would say probably 30 days in-ish. Yeah, just about 30 days in. And it kind of stopped there. So what's funny is that I do have to go back and really filter through this. I can still do some loopback videos, right? So here is introduction to loopback. What is it? How do I use loopback for Ecamm? Tips for setting up. So that's like a whole video in itself. I put some bullets there. And so these 2 paragraphs, this paragraph, and then this paragraph here are all around loopback. But now I have to go in and add on my loopback videos is that if you have purchased a Rodecaster Pro 2 and you set it up the right way, the Rodecaster Pro 2 can eliminate the need for the software loopback. So there are still some kinks that are being worked out with the Rodecaster Pro 2 itself. So I'm obviously not going to make those type of videos a priority first because Rode, excuse me, Rode is pushing out updates for that. So I'm going to let that kind of simmer and settle down for a little bit. But then once we've figured out really the mix minus, once we figured out there's a new update that's coming out for an audio routing table, a handful of different things. So once those things have been worked through, that's when I'll start the comparison videos of using loopback software versus using a hardware option like the Rodecaster Pro. Just wanted to add that out there. Then you can see I put Canva series, right? Some more Canva series. So promoting my affiliate links, creating lower thirds, YouTube call to actions. So just really quick hitters. So for me, you see, I'm just scrolling through and this is just a bunch of brain dump ideas, right? So I have like Ecamm videos. Let me see, Stream Deck videos, DAC board installation, which is a smart monitor, nerdy stuff. So a handful of different things. I actually did this one here using the iPad as a teleprompter with Luna display. So that one has been done. So I have Trello installed on my iPhone. I have it installed on my iPad. Did someone tell you that I was talking about you? Were your ears ringing? Because girl, I am repping good. I'm glad you're here. Please put in the chat the link to your board because I just said how great it is and you are helping me organize my life. And now that my 100 days of live streaming are over, I was like, I need to get my life back together thanks to Michelle. So Michelle is going to put the link of this particular board in the chat. So if you are interested, I would absolutely support her 100% because this is what we're looking at. She's the one that created this. Okay. So as I was saying, that I have Trello on my mobile devices. I have it on my Mac Mini here in the studio. I have it installed on my MacBook Pro. And basically, right, so let's say I have an idea. I can open up Trello on my cell phone. I can open up Trello on my cell phone and just come to this brainstorming card and just start to type in, right, my brain dump. So now I just added the Pavo Tube Lipes. So I'm just going to go in and Pavo Tube T8. Right. So that's it for right now. Come in, put another comment, Rodecaster Pro. So I'm just going to do RCP 2, right? Rodecaster Pro 2. And I'm going to kind of leave that. That's a whole series. Actually, if I just come back into this, this is actually going to be under an entire series here. So there's that. Janet from the Streamer Accelerator class in Live Streaming Pros, Janet had asked about my travel bag, and that's a video that I've been meaning to do. So my mobile travel bag setup, right? And the gear, mobile bag setup, and gear I use when traveling for live streaming. All right, cool. So that's another idea. So just as I go, so I told you guys, I have a ton of Post-its. So what do I have on here? So I have 2 different Post-its. Here we go. So I did write down some ideas. So now I can start to transpose these ideas into Trello so that I can throw this out and I can clean up my desk. So on here, I have file organizations for video editing. So that's a whole thing, right? File organization for video editing. I'm not going to go too crazy about typos and stuff like that. This is just, like I said, really to get my ideas out. Another video that I want to do, and this is also, so here's the thing for me with my methodology, right? Thank you, Michelle. So Michelle put it up in the chat, the template that we are using specifically. Let me star that. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to keep this up for now. Cool. All right, so I'm going to keep this up over here for now. So for anyone that wants it, I would highly recommend it. So what I was saying was the other thing is that for me with these ideas is that I'm going to personally take advantage of these ideas, is that I need them for myself, right? So I need to do a better job with file organization. So for me, and that's how I do a lot of my videos, is that it's either that I'm learning how to use something or I need to learn how to use something. So I will learn it on my own, organize myself on my own, get everything in a way that I can understand it. And so once I feel like I'm well versed enough that I can regurgitate it and talk back to the community about it, right? Then at that point, that's where it becomes a video for me to create. Because the way I am with a content creator and, you know, what my objective really is for my channel and the community that I'm looking to help is that my thought process has always been, if I needed to learn how to do it, and if I had to figure this out on my own, I know I'm not the only person that has this problem. So once I figure this out and I figure out a way that is effective and efficient for me, now I want to take that information and I want to put that in kind of a how-to tutorial style video so that other people can benefit from it, right? So going back to file organization for video editing, that's something that I absolutely need to do. The other piece is that I need to get better with is working on a better backup option plan. Guys, don't judge me. I don't have anything in place right now for backups. That is all I'm going to say. We are not going to, I feel like I've already opened up a can of worms by just even saying that. And so one of the things that I'm looking into is I am going to eventually purchase a NAS storage device. Those can be kind of pricey. And then you buy the actual device, and then you have to buy hard drives within it. There's the pricing options. And then what I want to do is that I need to get down. So, it's all in my head, right? It's all in my head. And that's why I'm using Trello, because I need to get this all into my head, and then I need to execute. So I need to figure out a consistent backup option. One, especially as a content creator and with doing weekly live streams, because I have all of these live streams. Right now, I do have a 5 terabyte hard drive that my live streams are being saved to, right? So of course the live streams are being saved to YouTube. And if YouTube decides to pull out all of my stuff, then my live streams are being saved to a hard drive. But you should never rely on just one storage system or one hard drive, and you should make a backup of a backup, right? I do rely very heavily on iCloud. So all of my pictures, and for me, that's the important stuff. All right, so let me go back. Let's actually have a conversation about this, because I see that you guys started to comment. So let's take a break for a little bit, because I saw Gretchen. Gretchen said that backup is her bane, right? It's her bane. And I see Mr. Camera Junkie, Luis Kalo K. Let me hide this really quick. What is going on, Luis? Miss Eileen. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you guys. You guys are all the best. Let's see. So I'm just going to come back here. And Michelle says, don't feel bad. My next gas purchase is going to be my NAS, right? So we got to figure that out, because it's the same thing for me. Coach Adam says, it makes total sense. I know the visual this is index card, simple concept, right? So it's just, you got to get the stuff from your brain out. So this is usually my